but I nearly feel like I missed so many matches that I need to go back and watch the whole thing over again. But with flowgrappling.com, the pro subscription, you have access to all of the archives, and you can do exactly that. And here, a very athletic guard pull, just running at his opponent, jumping. And Shane's going to get that one.
Yep. And starting the close guard. Something we've seen a lot of this week. We commented on it yesterday, but close guard making a comeback here at this year's Worlds. It started to make its comeback last year.
I think it was actually even more prevalent last year, but it's definitely of no shortage here this year.
Maybe see some Williams guard here in a minute. He's on the wrong side of the head to be considered real Williams guard, but you can see that's what he's trying to do to control the posture.
You can start that way, and then you can kind of rotate the elbow around, get the forearm in front of the head, but decides to let it go completely. Going to work this 2-on-1 grip, maybe trying for the ever-popular sleeve drag from the closed guard. Seeing that a bit as well. I don't think that really ever died out after people saw how effective it was with Mike Liera at brown belt.
Yeah.
I mean, that was really the first time that I'd seen that whole sequence, and especially with as much effectiveness as it had. I mean, I feel like he got the sleeve drag on just about every opponent that he had at brown belt at the Worlds. Ended up winning the Worlds with it. Very impressive stuff. If there was any question as to whether that worked at a high level, I think that that kind of answered.
That question has been answered, yeah, I agree. Caloi looking to stand here to pass the guard of Hill.
Interesting to see a lot of people standing. Oh, man. Hill going after that half lumberjack, but that's what I'm talking about with the speed of Caloi. As soon as he was out of danger, he just made sure that he got his hips away completely as quickly as possible. Still with that lasso.
Shane may be looking to rotate out to maybe an omoplata.
Unfortunately, I saw Shane on deck a lot, but just the way with all the incredible matches yesterday, I was never able to commentate on any of his matches. Not super familiar with his game, just heard a lot about him. So I don't know if he likes to play this Clark Gracie-style omoplata lasso game. But to your point, he's making those movements like he wants to rotate over into the omoplata. Now taking the lasso out, I think he wanted to make the daily Hiva. Nope, he's still got it in there. But he's unable to get the foot up by the torso. There he goes. Maybe trying to make worm guard happen here. He's got that foot over by the far leg.
Yeah, he's going to be reaching for the lapel, I think.
Yeah.
But that's another, I mean, there's another, we were talking about close guard earlier.
I've never seen so much worm guard in my life.
Yeah, you know, it kind of came into style a couple years ago, and then I thought maybe it was fading out. But this year, it was pretty obvious that it was one of the most dominant guards that was occurring.
Scarily enough, too, you saw it the most, I would say, at Purple Belt.
Yeah, Purple Belt. Almost all the champions that we saw at Purple Belt had leveraged the lapel guard in some capacity. Yeah,
that's some pretty
a lot of the guys from
high-level stuff.
Saw a lot of it from the guys from Atos, and they used it very well, and you saw they had a lot of champions at the Purple Belt division.
Shane now has got this lasso, and I think he has just a regular spider on the other side. No, he lets it go. Caloi keeping his feet away, driving in with the shoulders. Might be looking to throw the legs over to the side. He's getting really low. He's about to break this grip, though. Shane overhooks the arm, and he's going to sweep with that.
Oh, but
good
Caloi.
hips, though, with Caloi. Caloi's trying to just walk around past the guard.
He's almost past.
Tough to do because of that grip, but he's doing a good job so far.
Oh, man. Great recovery by Shane Taylor.
Yeah. That grip really stopped or slowed down Caloi quite a bit. Caloi is still able to push right through it, but
Caloi given an advantage for the near pass.
Made enough space that Shane was able to get the close guard, and now feeding this cross lapel over the back, getting a nice tight cross grip.
Need your help over there.
even if you aren't good with finishing the choke, or you're just unable to finish it from here, it's just a great way to break the posture. One-handed, doesn't take a lot of strength. Stops a lot of what your opponent's trying to do in your closed guard. Caloi got an advantage for that. So up 1-0 on advantage.
Now Taylor looking back again at the Williams guard here.
Yep, still doesn't. And there he goes. He's going to rotate that
get
forearm.
That elbow down between him and the head.
Of the, yep.
Caloi is not going to get too much time in the position that he's in because he's really just kind of holding on here, so he'll be assessed a penalty. But
this is what Caloi should be doing because his left arm is in jeopardy. Shane really wants to get this, if he's still going for the Williams guard, he wants to get off onto his left hip and face Caloi. Caloi wants to lean all of his weight towards that side to protect the arm. So, I mean, he's doing the right thing. He definitely could get a penalty because it is a bit passive, but he is defending. Could be argued either way. Interesting, Caloi now tripoding his base up, putting some, looks like some head pressure into Shane. Shane with the guard open now. I think he still has that lapel across the back.
Yeah, he does, and that's a good grip. There's a lot of different things that he could potentially do with it. Caloi with both hands in the armpits here. Again, he's going to have to watch those grips in the armpits and then that heavy chest down position like this. You will get stalling calls pretty quickly from these positions if you don't try to stand or move around a little bit.
Shane trying to cross collar choke.
He's right across the face. That is...
that's fun.
Yeah, it's not necessarily something you do a whole bunch in the academy. In a tournament, it's all fair and love in jiu-jitsu, but it's not the friendliest technique.
Shane now choking up with this left arm, getting it deep in the collar. I think if it gets a little bit deeper, actually could be a finishable cross-collar choke. But Caloi circling his head very, very quickly. It's going to unravel the possibility of that choke happening. Nearly gives up an overhook to Shane, which he definitely doesn't want to do.
Shane back into the lasso spider guard here. Almost back to the omoplata.
Left, and Caloi nearly one-upped on the grips and had all of the control for a second there. And if that happens,
triangle.
Look to see him run around the guard, but yeah, he's
got it deep. It is so deep.
Cinched in. See, Caloi can be good about sneaking his head out, but this one is pretty rough.
He may go to the arm here in a minute, and he's tapping. Out of nowhere, John, he shot that triangle perfectly. He'd been in that position multiple times, and he was waiting for just the right time to shoot that triangle. And as soon as he did, you saw he dropped his heel down on the shoulder of Caloi, and that actually meant that triangle was coming on super fast. And thank God they were still in bounds here because they were nearly at the boundary line, but he'll able to get the tap very quickly against Fabio Caloi. A big feather in his cap, and he'll move on to face Cobrinha in the semifinals.